All right, you're good. You're good.
was just saying that not only does it go a shift, but just having a program to where I can just show up to the gym and I can go through and do this workout and almost just kind of turn my brain off is just amazing. And at the same time, being able to track and see what I did last week and try to continue to kind of one up myself, I think
Mhm.
has honestly been a huge difference maker for me. Is I go into the gym on week 2 and I get to look back at what I did and
Mhm.
try to beat myself. And then you kind of have these moments where you're like, I cannot believe I just crushed that workout. Like
Yeah.
I blew past my weight. And then to be able to just again look at the app. What do I have going on this week from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday?
Hmm.
Um, and being able to just go and do that stuff has made it just more enjoyable and just easier from a point of just staying consistent. Like I said last week, I missed all last week because I was sick, but I don't feel what I used to feel like was that I was always starting over each week. Like, okay,
Hmm.
I didn't finish that week, so now I'm back to square one. I haven't felt that way once since doing this.
Sweet.
I still feel like each week I'm moving a little bit further towards my goal, getting a little bit better. I have not felt that I've had to like start over in my mind once. And I used to
Oh
feel
yeah.
that weekly. And so that's something that I've really, really enjoyed about this. And something that I will continue to do because it has just kind of kept me feeling as I've been on this journey. I haven't fallen off this journey. I'm still in it from kind of the day one and just, moving forward. So
Hell yeah,
um,
man.
I really love all that shit.
That's awesome, man. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
We just kind of just impromptu started this thing. We were at the end of a call, but so we'll do real quick. Let me
Yeah.
so Spencer's been in the program now for a couple months. We're doing a little bit of hypertrophy, we're doing some strength training. We're, just trying to give you a more consistent kind of outlook on your program, give you some accountability, and just give you a little bit more direction. So tell the people, you kind of came into the program. What were the main things that you wanted to work on? What were the main kind of struggles that you were going through? I know we had talked about, again, the consistency, the yo-yos of starting and stopping, falling off, picking a goal, etc. So if you want to give a little bit of context to that, and then just kind of, you already did a little bit, but maybe touch base on some of the things that have been beneficial for you coming into the system, and just what kind of difference you felt, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so when I first like started, and I think I told you about this as well, but I always felt like, okay, I'm not going to go get a program until I'm consistently going to the gym, and then I consistently kind of get a couple weeks in there, and then you realize I'm turning my wheels here. I have no consistency in my workout. I have no idea like what I'm doing. I'm not tracking my workouts, and so that's when I kind of reached out to you and again, kind of going back to the fact that, again, I have not felt like I have as started over, even if in one week I'm getting three days, one week I'm getting four, the next I'm only getting two. I still feel like I'm in this program, which is it just helps mentally confidence. And then when I walk in, just knowing that I have a plan on what I'm doing. It's not just going in there to work out. It's I'm building off of what I did the previous week, building more muscle. Number one, number two, which I joke about a lot, but when I'm working out, the thing that like consumes my mind is what comment am I going to text me? What comment is
Yeah,
about to come
love
out
that.
of me?
Love
And
it.
then
Yeah.
and I forget what you said, but it was one time I was like 3 days in a row is a tradition, and you sent back and four is a lifestyle, and that got me so jacked up. I was like, I'm definitely going tomorrow. I'm
Is that your
pushing
first
3.
tattoo right here?
Yeah, yeah, right, exactly. And I have this feeling of like, which I know is true because you've responded to like each day, like when I hit a personal goal, you're like, let's go. It's awesome to know that like you're there, kind of well, like keeping track of me, not just giving me the workout and saying, okay, Spencer, like good luck if you don't make these weeks. No big deal. Like you have the program. You've kind of made me feel as though you're there with me, which I really enjoy too. Because again, it's that accountability a little bit, and then having people that I also know that are doing this program and being like, dude, did that workout kick your ass? And him being like, oh man, I'm on a different program than you. Like I've been doing like this is my second kind of program. Like you got to catch up,
Yeah.
and it's been a lot of fun. And again,
Nice.
I've enjoyed working out a lot. I like since like starting this. Haven't like dreaded a day, and I always walk out feeling like I just did a good workout. Even
Hell yeah.
if it was like I didn't feel like I gave my greatest output. I mean, the workouts I'm doing, I feel tired. I feel like like a great pump. Like
Yeah.
it's I've truly enjoyed it. So yeah.
Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. Pumped to hear that. I'm not sure, what happened to my camera here real quick, but I'm all blurred up. But anyway, yeah, dude, that's awesome, man. And that's what we're trying to do is give you the accountability, the consistency, get you excited about your training, have you feel like you're walking in and not just being like, oh fuck, it's push-ups again or whatever. You know what I mean? Like getting you excited about your program. And that's another big thing too, man, is just like, giving like having a plan. I don't think people appreciate how important that is. It's like so many guys go to the gym and I see them every time I go to the gym. I'm sure you do too, where they're just kind of looking around. They're like, all right, I guess I'll do that today. Or, I feel like doing this. And there's a time and a place for that. But like, you want to make progress towards something. You want to get stronger or bigger or leaner or whatever, improve your movement. Like there's a way to get there, like you're in financial advising. There's a way to improve your investments. There's a way to do it, and just giving you that plan is a big part of it. And so how have you enjoyed, some of the more like I'll say untraditional kind of approaches to it, the supersets, the dynamic stuff, how's that going for you versus just, straight up 3 sets of 10 on bench or 3 sets of 10 on pull up, just speak a little bit to that.
Yeah, I've actually really enjoyed it. What I like again, with the supersets and kind of mixing it up, it's you kind of can get it done a little quicker, I guess. And you're kind of always moving. My heart rate is up, which instead of just doing one exercise and then like kind of walking around and doing another, I always feel like I'm getting like a good workout because I'm sweating because we're going from one to the next to the next. And then another thing that I really like is that before it was like, okay, I'm going to do 3 sets of 10 and you're pumping out the 10 and, you're moving on. But a lot of the stuff you have me doing is like, all right, we're going to hold this thing down for six
Yeah.
freaking seconds. And then you're
Yeah.
going to pump it a couple times and we're going to throw it back up. And it almost kind of like, I'm not sure how to say it, but it's like, instead of me pumping out with 60s, I can't do like 60 pounds down 6 seconds. So I've got to come down to like 40s and kind of gives you a sense of like where your strength truly is. Is kind of how I put it to where, okay, I can't, I got to do 40s if I want to get 8. Okay. Now he said, I'm going to try to get to 6, and then you get to 50s and you're like, all right, like I feel like I'm stronger by doing it that way than just kind of like throwing up as much weight as
Mhm.
possible. It's like you got to do, and then even with the push-ups, it's like instead of pumping them out, you've got me going down for 60 seconds. So I'm like, I can't do that. But you like try every week and you push and you push and you push until you
Yeah.
drop.
Yeah.
And so I've really enjoyed that. And then you had kind of mentioned this too, and I just wanted to touch on it. But when I first was going into the gym and you look up workouts online, if without having kind of like a program, like I'm doing a program, I feel stupid, like going in
Mhm.
there, going from one, like doing a workout. But when I'm doing your program and the work and I look stupid doing it, it doesn't phase me because I feel like I'm doing a program here. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like
Check the
I'm in
app, bro.
my
It's not
zone.
me. Check the
Yeah,
app.
you leave the phone open so they know that
Yeah.
hey, this thing I'm trying to pull off, like it helps me kind of lock into my zone rather than just kind of trying to find where I want to go and is anybody kind of like do I look stupid doing it? I'm just doing my program. I'm locked into this. What's next?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done. I got to track this now. Move on to the next. Hit my 90-second break. Like I love the aspect of that. It
Cool.
really gets you kind of like a focus when you go to the gym.
Awesome, man. And then just last little piece, man. How's it been for you in the app? Do you find it pretty
Oh,
functional,
app's
pretty
great.
usable? It's easy.
App's, app's great. I track very well. If I want to do an extra set, I'll just add it on there.
Yeah.
Look at the comments, how hard it is. I'm always like, if I didn't give like my all, I can't. It's like my goal is to always put very hard, right? But
Yeah.
if it wasn't my best, I'm gonna have to put just hard. Like that's on me, right?
Yeah.
Love the comments. App's great. The videos are all great. And again, what I really like about the videos too, and just the The week one of each exercise, obviously it's going to take you a little bit longer because you're getting used to it. But then week two, I know exactly what I have to do, where I'm going. If I
Hmm.
forget, I look at the video again. If I feel like I'm not doing it right, well, look, Jake said to keep my body here. So if I'm doing what he said,
Yeah.
it's been fantastic.
Cool, man. Well, I appreciate that, Brett. And then last thing, man, and then I'll let you go. For anybody who is kind of on the fence about whether or not they want to hire a coach to give them a program and they're, whether they're trying to figure it out themselves, they don't know if they have the time for it, or they're just, they're just undecided. Any words of wisdom to yourself maybe 3 months ago, or anybody who's contemplating coming in?
Yeah, I think I was always like, am I going to commit? Do I want to invest? Am I going to waste their time? And so I would try to go do it on my own. And then even when I felt like I was going to the gym consistently, no progress, had no idea what I was doing, didn't necessarily know what I was kind of missing out on. Having the program has made my workout life so much easier. You look at the app, you know exactly what you need to do. It makes going to the gym simpler, quicker. And again, I haven't felt like I've had to start over in my workout program yet, which was always a concern. You work out for 3 days and then you don't work out for the weekend. You're like, and then you ate bad. It's like, all right, I'm starting over. Let's do this again. I haven't felt like that once. If I do three
Oh yeah.
days or 2 or 4, when I go back in the next week, I feel like I'm picking up where I was and mentally, which has been such a game changer that I haven't felt like I've started over. I'm still in this. I'm still moving forward, which has been great for kind of my confidence and just going back into the gym and not feeling that I'm starting from square one because I'm part of this program.
Hell yeah, man. Love that, dude. Love that.
Yeah,
Just the start. Just
yeah,
the start. Awesome,
just
bro. Well,
another
hey, thank
rep,
you for
huh?
your just another rep, baby. Just another rep. You like that?
I like that. I like that. Yeah, just
Love
another
it.
rep.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Well, I'm gonna let you go, man. Appreciate your
Yeah,
time. Thank you for the kind
I really
words, and
appreciate you.
I'll see you. I'll see you in the workouts, man. Best of luck.
Sure, I
All
appreciate it,
right,
Jake.
appreciate you, big dog. Thank you, man.